Hello everyone and welcome back to another math video. Today we're going to be talking about how to solve angle relationships with equations. So similar to the problems that you see up on the screen here. Just a reminder, this is the speedrun version where we go through it pretty quickly. If you want the normal version, I'll link that in the description below. For your Ricasso Recap, you should already know angle terminology, vertical adjacent, supplementary, so on and so forth. And you should know how to solve equations. If you want refreshers on these two topics, there'll be videos in the description below. Please go watch those before you start this lesson. All right, new lesson starts now. Here we go. So it says, look at the diagram, and it says, which equation can be used to solve for x? Well, what we need to be able to see here is that this and this are vertical angles. So that means that x plus 6 plus x plus 6 plus x plus 6 has to equal 126 degrees, right? These three angles added together have to equal the opposite side because vertical angles are congruent. Well, this is just x plus 6, x plus 6, x plus 6. There are 3 x plus 6's, and it equals 126. So here's the equation. And then to solve this, we should know how to solve it from here. So I'm going to skip through the work. And so here is the work to solve this equation. Once you do that, you get x equals 36. For this problem, it says find the values of x and y. So you have to find both, and sometimes you have to find one before the other. In this case, you need to find y first because I see that these are vertical angles. So I know that 9x minus 5 equals y, but I can't solve this until I know what x or y is. So I can find what y is. So we're going to come back to this. But I can find what y is because this is 90 degrees. The whole thing here is 139 degrees. So to find y, we just do 139 minus the 90, which gives us 49. So I know that y is 49. Now we can come back to this equation that we wrote earlier and change the y to 49 and solve for the x. So here's after you solve for the x, you get x equals 6. And again, we already said y is 49. All right, here's our cool clock for today, which means that it's time for you to practice what you just learned. Go ahead and pause the video and try these two problems on your own. And when you're ready, you can unpause the video and we'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. Okay, for the first problem, you should have gotten x equals 52. You can add up all three of these angles, and it's a flat line, so they have to equal 180. So again, x equals 52. And for the second problem, here is the work. Should have started by saying, okay, this is a right angle, so add those two together to equal 90. That gives you x. Once you have x, you need to plug it in for the 4. So that tells you that this angle right here is 56 degrees. And then you have vertical angles. So 4y equals 56. Solve for the y. You get y equals 16. All right, that's it for today. I hope you all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.